Hi, I'm Katie Dalebout. Welcome to my kitchen. My friend Christine asked me to shoot the one thing I really know how to make, kale salad. We call it guacamole salad. It's savory, it's sweet, it's crunchy, it's super earthy, and the trick is we massage the kale so it's really easy to digest and kind of an everyday, every week food that lasts in your fridge and has a lot of variety in the ways that you can eat it. Okay, so kale salad. Two types of kale here today that we're working with. You can do it with curly kale. You can do it with this kale, which is dinosaur kale because it kind of looks like the skin of a dinosaur. But the key, as you know, is massaging, which takes forever, but is worth it. It helps you digest it quicker, or it starts to do what digestion does. And we massage it with sea salt and apple cider vinegar or lemon, so you need like an acid to start to break it down a little bit, which is what happens in your stomach. But before we even get to massaging, we have to do this, which is just the way I take it off of its container or its stem. When you massage it, it kind of does what spinach does, where if you put a little bit of spinach in a pan, it's like nothing in 2 seconds after it cooks. So that's what the massaging, you'll see like we have this really big bowl and then it will all end up fitting in here. And what's nice about this salad is that you make the dressing in the bowl with the salad. So it's really good for leftovers. Like it lasts, like most salads get soggy and are really gross after one use. It's like a single serving situation, but this salad I can make like once or twice a week, have it in the fridge, and I'll show you at the end of this production some ways to reinvigorate it. I'm gonna just set this aside, but usually, to be honest, I would use all of this, but we'll just start with massaging that. And then you can use these. I've been putting my compost in my freezer and giving it to my friend who has a garden, but you can use these stems in smoothies. If you make smoothies, they're really good for that. So this is like the star of the show. Make sure your hands are clean, and then go in here, and before you even start massaging, you have to rip it all up into teeny tiny pieces. And chewing is the most important thing you can do for your digestion, better than taking any sort of enzyme or papaya. And this starts the chewing process. Just really get in there, rip it into teeny tiny pieces. I like my salads to taste like rice. Like I like them to be such teeny tiny pieces, very saucy, like a lot of dressing of sorts. So this is the part that kind of takes a while, but I usually just like put on a podcast or call a friend, or sometimes I'm like FaceTiming you and I prop you up right there and I'll be like making this salad. And it's really great to share because it does, it doesn't last for that long because it's salad, but it's a great thing to make for a lot of people. And usually people who don't like kale salad will like this salad because, like, again, kale like this, not massaged, is so dense and just not that great. And then the next step to get it to start breaking down is sea salt. I like to use these fancy flakes, which is finishing salt, but I'll use that at the end as well. And then I just go in with a ton of this regular salt because the salt connected with you can either use apple cider vinegar or any type of vinegar, red wine vinegar, whatever you have. But I usually use apple cider vinegar if I don't have lemons. I prefer using lemons. So I always do this with my lemons because my friend Sasha told me it makes them juicier. And it's also a hand massage, which is nice. So now cut your lemon, obviously. Pick out the seeds because you don't want to get them in the bowl with your kale. You could use a lemon juicer if you were a real chef, but I have like 4 things in my kitchen, so you do that. And then there's always sneaky seeds, so pick those out. So again, lots of salt, apple cider vinegar or lemon or both. And then now this is where the massaging begins. So when I say massaging, I mean like pretend the kale is like a tight shoulder, like you really get in there and squeeze it and hold. And remember how much kale was in this bowl? Like, it's really now dwindled down to be like barely anything, and I could have done more in there. It just would have taken longer. So this will be like a single serving portion, and then I'll make us more. Just look at how green the sauce is. I'm gonna just pour that in. Okay, so now we've got the kale all massaged. It's dwindled down a lot, and now this is where you can be real loose with it. So I'm always just like kind of tasting and doing this as I go, but I really like to put radishes in, as you know, because I think they're really pretty and they add like a nice crunch. So that's kind of my go-to. A lot of people like tomatoes. I'm not really one of them, but I think cherry tomatoes would be really great in here. And cucumber I've done before. Really any kind of vegetable that you like, you can add in during this portion. I really like dill in this salad. I think dill in this salad makes it taste like, it makes me think of the Midwest, and it makes me think of ranch dressing, and I just really like dill in the salad. But today we're working with parsley, and I think that's also gonna be good. It's really fresh. I make, actually, have I made you my, it's like a tabbouleh situation that I make with hemp seeds and parsley.
No.
It's good. Maybe that.
In due time.
Yeah. Part 2. It's really good though. And so I was craving that, so that's why I have parsley, because I haven't made it in a while. This is a key ingredient for this salad, sprouts. I love sprouts in salad. It's something so satisfying about it for me. I usually get a ton of them at the farmer's market on Sundays. There's this sprouts guy. Like he knows my order. I always get sunflower sprouts, but these are alfalfa sprouts, but any type of sprouts are great. And I usually top it with sprouts at the end as well. And then now we're moving on to the dressing portion, which involves avocado, nutritional yeast. I would say hemp seeds are kind of part of the dressing because they add a crunch, but they come in with the flavors. I think the nutritional yeast is the secret ingredient, because whenever I've made this salad for people, people are always like, what's in this? Is it cashews? Is it mayonnaise? Like, no one really knows. And I think it's this. I think it's the connection of the avocado and the nutritional yeast, and so much salt really goes well together. And you can also add olive oil. Sometimes I add a splash of olive oil. Sometimes I don't. But that's, if I have less avocado, I will. Pepper is always great. That's classic, adding some pepper. But I really like sea vegetables, and so I use dulse and kelp. And I've never told you that before because I think it's not like what I lead with making the salad, because I think people are really afraid of sea vegetables. But these are really good for iodine, which I'm always low in. And I think it tastes really good and kind of salty and just looks like pepper. So let's make the dressing, and then I'll tell you about the apple. You need a very ripe avocado. This will not work if you have an avocado that is less than ripe. And see, as you can tell, I'm real loose with this. Like, it's messy. I like a very quick cleanup when I'm cooking. Like, I usually have like a trash bowl that I just kind of pop everything in. You want a lot of avocado for your kale. So I'm gonna put like most of this one in. You can always add more greens. And so then it's a real messy recipe, you know what I mean? Like, get in here with the avocado and really, sometimes I use a fork to kind of mash it down. We could call it guacamole salad because it really is like, it's like you're making guacamole in this portion. Like, you really get in there and like smash it down a lot. And that, you're now massaging the kale like a second time, which I think is why it makes it so good. It makes a really interesting noise. Can you get that natural sound? A ton of nutritional yeast goes on in. And hemp seeds. This is what it's looking like at this portion. So it's not like the most beautiful looking salad in the bunch. That's basically it. I like to, at this part, add some green apple. It's sour and I like to have a little bit of sweetness in the salad, so I've been adding that lately. But in the summer I put strawberries in sometimes. I have several mustards here because I often add mustard to the salad. Again, like that piece is like the tangy acid part, like the lemon and the apple cider vinegar, but honey mustard is really good in there. This is my favorite Whole Foods mustard. So just wanted to, I'll maybe pop in a tiny bit here for this. It just like adds something. Something I do the second day. So like having some extra arugula, you can reinvigorate the old kale salad. So I'll often have a little bit of kale salad in the fridge, add it to a bowl of arugula, toss on, dress it up a little bit, bada bing, bada boom. It's like a second meal. So should we plate this? I'm gonna give you some flowers. I almost forgot the finishing salt. This is key. I went real loose there. But this is really good with this is what I mean of you can take this and put right on top because then it kind of mixes in with the arugula mixes in with the salad. And I often eat my own salad out of this bowl. I'll make a salad for myself that's pretty big and eat it out of this bowl that's meant to serve many people salad. Crunchy, salty, just the right amount, and a little bit sweet with the green apple. If you don't like kale, you'll probably like this salad. Thank you so much for watching. I really want to hear about your salad if you make it. Let us know. Let us know things that we should add. If you have a kale salad recipe that you really love, if there are things we can add into this one, let me know. And if you have any questions about it, we'll put a recipe in the show notes or in the description box, as we say on this platform. I'll see you next time. Thank you for coming to my kitchen. Come over for dinner anytime. Christine will be here. Thoughts?
So good.
Chef's kiss?
It's like an energy salad. Oh my god, I love it.
Testimonial.
I can taste the mustard.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah, little mustard.
Oh, so good.
Eating right out of the bowl.
Oh.
It's very good it can be a sandwich. Have you ever put it between two pieces of bread?
Yeah, actually, that does sound good. Or just as avocado toast.
Mm-hmm.
And put an egg on it. Ooh. Yeah.
Chef's kiss. We've had it with dinner. I made us another dinner, fish or something, I think, and we had it as a side. It's good as a side if you're making a proper dinner too.
Nice. Thank you.
Bye bye.